when you finally stop to just think about this life that we've been given and understand that we all literally only have one shot at this, you kind of start to take a pause and really think about what you want to do with your life. And for me, when I finally told that to myself to the point where I truly realized like what it actually meant, I dropped out of college. When it comes to dropping out of college, a lot of people would think, oh, that's risky, like you're not gonna have a plan after that, you don't have something secure, but I think there's beauty in that, because when you're so young and I dropped out at 19, I'm 21 years old now. When you have the freedom to decide what you want to do with your life and step back from the thing that you were in because you might have thought it was the best for you or other people told you to do it, you start to think more open-mindedly, for lack of a better word, if that makes sense. And when you really start to conceptualize what risk is, dropping out of college, failing a test, none of that is actually risky. The only thing that is really risky is something that could have a direct effect on your health or your well-being. By dropping out of college, you're not gonna die, you're still here, you're still given this magnificent life that you get to decide what to do with. I truly believe that there isn't really any risk in anything that you do, like posting content, starting a business, if there's no death or really harm to who you are as an individual being involved. To be quite honest, over the last couple of years, with all this uncertainty, with all this fear, with all this questioning, like, am I gonna be okay, am I gonna make it? There is truly no place that I would rather be, because there's so much more fulfillment within yourself when you decide to say to yourself, I'm gonna take the steps necessary to live the life that I want to live, because we get one shot and I want to live my life in this way, than maybe going down a different route and never actually understanding or seeing for yourself your full potential and the amount of impact you can have on other people's lives and truly do what you want to do with your life. Water's still cold.
This is my favorite part.
I really need to invest in a longboard, but here we go. Wave number one. Oh no. Oh. Point. No. Even though there's not much surf, I live for days like this. Beautiful. Wow. I gotta go, I got stuff to do today. Fun little surf though. See you guys later. Yahoo! So what even is this dream that I have, and why do I chase it? I have to take a step back for a second to my college days, where I still loved surfing, and I was on the surf team in college, and it was so fun. Like, we would party, we would drink, we would go surf, then we would like go up and down the coast for doing surf contests. Like, it was so fun. And as bizarre as that sounds, that is one of the core reasons that made me drop out of school, was because of how much I loved surfing. And there were kids my age at the time, I was 19. There were kids and there were people living their lives, traveling around the world, surfing and doing everything that I wanted to do, but they were doing it on their own terms, traveling, and they weren't in school. So I was like, okay, there's gotta be people making money doing this somehow. So with all that being said, and a very long story short, the dream that I have is to be able to surf and travel around the world and have the freedom to truly just live the life that I want, because we are only the age we are now once. We can never go back to that age. But college, you can always leave college and go back to college in the future. There's 30, 40, and 50-year-olds that are going back to college if they left. I'm not saying it's gonna be me, but it's to prove the point that you can go back and do it again, but you can't be the same age again. So yeah, I started surfing probably when I was around 7 years old, and every single year that's gone by, I've gotten more and more addicted, and I guess you could say it's a good addiction to have, but I love it so much. It brings me so much joy, and the feeling of just dropping into a wave and being able to ride it and turning and like landing a good turn is, I don't know how to explain it. If you surf, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I dropped out and I told myself, okay, I want to live my life surfing, traveling around the world, and inspiring others that they have the capabilities of living a delusional and unrealistic life as well as other people. Like, everybody can do it. Damn. And when I dropped out of school, I was so scared in the moment. Like, I felt a sense of relief, but I was so scared because I wasn't in the school system. I didn't have an exact plan anymore. There was a lot of uncertainty in the air. There was a lot of uncertainty around, what's my life gonna look like in 6 months from now? Am I gonna even make money from sales? Because that's what I got into when I first dropped out. Are my parents and friends gonna approve of this? And to be honest, I was in such a state of being scared and like, I don't know what to do, that I didn't even care what other people were gonna think, because I was like, you know what? This is literally a massive life decision, and it requires so much energy that I didn't have the energy or thought to care about what others thought, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'll leave you with a couple takeaways over the last couple of years. That was February 2024 when I dropped out, and it's now June 2026. Today is June 17th, 2026, filming this video. Dude, just f***ing go for it. Like, if you're scared, it doesn't matter, because I was scared, and here I am 2 years later. I actually stopped doing sales, and now I do content full-time. I want to be a big YouTuber. I want to inspire a lot of people through Instagram, TikTok, and all these other platforms. I still don't even know what I'm doing with this vlog stuff. Like, I just pick up the camera and record, and I'm going to try and put a video together. Like, that's all I'm doing right now. The second big takeaway that I want you to understand is that failure is part of the journey, and if you feel like you're failing, if you're embarrassing yourself, if you're falling down on your face with whatever you're trying to do, this might sound backwards, but that is a good thing, because when you fail, you learn, and when you learn, you grow, and when you grow into a new person, you start doing more things, and you become better than the day you were before. Something that I didn't really like about college is that if you got a bad grade on a test, you would maybe have to go see the dean, you would have to see the principal, you would have to, you know, there were consequences for failing, so to speak, which is so twisted and backwards, because in order to become proficient and so good at something, you have to fail. It is the only way to learn. You have to fail. You have to go through You have to go through trial and error, and that is the only way you can become proficient and a master at your craft. A recent thought that occurred to me is, with everything in this world, we technically could have been anything else in this world. We could have been an animal like a bird, we could have been grass. I mean, I guess we couldn't have, but it's just a perspective I was thinking to drive home the point that we are human, we are gifted this body, we are gifted a mind, and in God's image, we have been born with this incredible gift to have a vehicle, to live inside a physical appearance of what our soul actually is, to go out and chase the dreams that we have. Like, think about that for a second. We have been given every single asset possible to gain the ability to go out and do what we want with our lives. Nobody has that. And on top of that, there are so many people in this world that are handicapped, that are disabled, and they don't have as many gifts as you have been given. And I think once we can all conceptualize that and come to the realization that we have the full capabilities to achieve the lives that we want to live, then we will start going about our lives differently on a day-to-day basis. And when it comes to chasing your dreams, I want that perspective to also encourage you to be happy about the journey, enjoy the failures, enjoy the upsides, and enjoy just this world that we live in and everything that we've been given to go out and chase our dreams. Like, this is crazy, excuse my language, but like, look at this view. It is so beautiful out here. And we are given the capability to appreciate that, to have gratitude around it, to share it with our friends and families. And I don't know, I don't have many words to explain it. There's just so much we've been gifted in life, and when we change our perspectives and understand that we can go through life with a much clearer vision as to what we're truly capable of. All right, I'm getting bit by bugs. I'm gonna start walking back, but damn, this is beautiful. Like, I live in Southampton, New York, on Long Island, and I never actually take the time to stop and appreciate this incredible place that I live in. Like, this is like a resort town. Look at this. Ah! Holy crap. Just to close out this vlog with this beautiful sunset behind me, I feel like every single time I pull out the camera and try and make a video, I get into this like head block, and I don't really know how to speak authentically as I can from the heart and speak the best way that I can. So bear with me as I fumble through these vlogs and chase this journey and dream of being a YouTuber, impacting others on social media to encourage you to get out there and chase your dreams. And I'm going to be posting a video every single Thursday from now till at least the end of 2026. So expect one every single Thursday. Expect it to be better. At least I'm going to do my best. And if you want to grow with me, you can subscribe at the bottom. And I hope this video encouraged you to chase your dreams in some shape or fashion. Cheers to more life. If I had a glass in my hand, this would be a lot better, but cheers to life, chasing your dreams, not caring about what anybody thinks, and having the gratitude and appreciation to go out and do it even more every single day. Cheers. All right.